Keep your silence for a second. And we are now live. Going live. Here we go. Right. Welcome everyone to this week's Magic Talk Sports. Hope everyone is good and doing well. We've got a few things to go across this week with obviously the FA Cup midweek midweek fixtures, and obviously fixtures this weekend affecting the top and the bottom of the league. We also have a big fight this weekend, which we'll bring up in the show. That's going to be taking place on tomorrow night, which our main man Nutty D is going to be at. So
go on, Nutty.
So Nutty's going to be at the fight, giving
of.
us live coverage of it. You know, we managed to get some media passes in there. So he'll be at the fight as well. So we'll be discussing that fight a bit later. I'm going to start off with something, and then Rick must say something as well before we get on to things. So, it's going good, Reaper. Thank you. Oh yeah, and we've got Juice's game on Sunday as well, which we'll mention. Juice, you can say your bits on there if you want. You can put it on chat, and I'll read it out for you. First, what I want to say is just two things. Rick's going to pick up on one thing, but I'm just going to pick up on something else quickly first. The first thing I want to say is quickly, well done to Fulham getting promotion. Well done, Nutty. You know, your boy's back in the big time to go back down again next season, but you know, it's what it is. What it is.
Be nice to finally see Mitrovic get a run in the Premier League.
But well done to Fulham to get promoted. The first thing I'm going to say to you guys, to all public, anyone who's watching my stream now, who watches it later through our YouTube channel, is this: football is a sport that is loved throughout many countries in the world. Okay, and it's massively big in the UK. It's something that we're proud of our clubs, who we support, good or bad. You know, we stick. Most of us stick by our clubs. What I will say is what I read this week about a bomb threat going to Harry Maguire was quite disgusting. Yes, he isn't playing well. Yes, he's playing for Man United. I hate Man United more than the next person, because I'm a Liverpool fan. But these guys literally play a sport for you guys, for us to all watch and love. And no
is
matter. Yeah.
I'm not saying he deserves the bomb threat, but no. Is he really playing football?
No, exactly. And don't get me wrong, Harry Maguire probably made more mistakes than I've got fingers. But bottom line is, look, guys, we all love the sport. We support our team. We have good times. We have bad times. And when there's good times, we're jumping and laughing. At bad times, you've got to ride them out. Just ask Rick. He's going through bad times at the moment. So it's one of those things. We don't sit there and then try to attack our players with their families at risk, etc., just because we're angry on what's going on.
Criticise. There is criticism and there is abuse.
Yeah.
And that is gone even further than abuse.
Yeah.
If that was my home, do you think I'm going to feel safe in there with my own children in there now? No. And that's what you've caused him and his family, regardless of his profession. That's what you've caused the whole family.
And so, we say, as we do Magic Sports with me, Nutty, Rick, we all do, from all of us, we say to you guys, support your team, be proud of your team, whether they're doing good or bad, but don't go to the levels that some people have gone to just because, Harry Maguire's gone through, been Man United not doing well, him not performing well. Don't go to the levels where, it then puts their family at risk. So that's my message out regarding that. Rick, you want to say something else?
Well, as you started on that bad note, I'm going to make a bad note again, which I hadn't explained to you, but I'm sure as a Liverpool fan, you know all about this right now. In the last two Manchester derbies that Liverpool have hosted in pretty much a couple of weeks, or a week, should I say, there have actually been vile chants by the away fans towards the Hillsborough fans that all died. And I just want to say, once again, just like the Harry Maguire thing, fans, you take this way too far. That was a lot of people dying at a game, at a sport event that they love. And you think it's okay to stand in a stand and chant vile chants about them deaths. It's disgusting. Simple. Obviously, Liverpool have spoken to the authorities, and they're actually going to try and make it a part of like an offence to law. If you are caught you can be arrested. So if this brings me to my next point, if they can do this, I think we should expect the same get-go for racism. If people can't chant these vile chants, which as an Arsenal fan I think are vile, and I'm not even a part of Liverpool, racism falls under the same category. It's vile. It doesn't belong anywhere near our sport. But on to good news. And once again, we'll start with Liverpool. Well, actually, no, we'll start with Man United.
No, you got one more bit, Rick?
So,
Ronaldo.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to go with
okay.
now, which will lead me on to my second point, which is actually good fans. I'm a father. I'm a full-time dad. Nutty here is a full-time dad. And Magic here is a full-time dad. This week, hearing Ronaldo's news, it broke all of our hearts. I'm not going to lie, as a full-grown man, I cried. I've lost a child, so has Nutty. It is nasty feeling. Obviously, I don't want to say too much else on it, but all that I want to say is all three of us spoke before the podcast, and we just want to show our heartfelt prayers and thoughts going towards Ronaldo's family. But the shout out actually goes to the Liverpool fans, who on the 7th minute clapped for a whole minute, singing a personalised "You Will Never Walk Alone" to Ronaldo. Wow. I had goosebumps, literal goosebumps. And then they didn't just stop there. Liverpool fans singing "Viva Ronaldo." Oh, that's what football is. That is what it's about. And my hats off to you, Liverpool fans. Like you did everybody proud. And for even someone like Ronaldo, considering, as you said, they are your biggest rivals, really.
Yeah.
And to show that level of respect was amazing. So, yeah, no, hats off to all fans that have shared their condolences and given Ronaldo and his wife time to get their affairs in order and their grievances.
Cool, thank you.
But yeah, that's all I've got to say.
Right, so as we started off, we'll start off with the show and what we want to get those messages out to people first, showing that we support football, and we're the fans that should love the sport in the right way. Like I started off when I first said, congratulations, Nutty, to Fulham. Obviously got game promotion. Nutty was at the game to actually see the win, which was good. And I think this weekend.
Did you lift the cup?
No, I think this weekend, if you beat Bournemouth, is it right?
When you beat Bournemouth tomorrow, then we're champions.
But don't you so you could lift the cup on Bournemouth's pitch?
I don't think we'll actually get the cup tomorrow. I think we get
it.
Yeah, I think if we win tomorrow, we get the cup at our next home game.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought. I was like, that would be madness. That would be like us when we did it on fucking Old Trafford or White Hart Lane. Just going to your closest rivals in that league year and going, we won it here. This is what you could do.
I think of Scott Parker as well, and some of the rubbish that he spoke about us.
Oh no, but we've spoken about him on this show before, and as we both said, like, think about what Fulham could have done if he had started Mitrovic in the Premier League instead of just leaving him on a bench and still not scoring and still not changing. That's why I said when you got promotion, it would be nice to finally see Mitrovic, because I remember the first time he came up, he was injured for like 9 months of that whole season, weren't he?
Yep.
And then the second time he came up, didn't get played.
Well, it's good that you brought up Mitrovic, because Nutty, you shared a story with me earlier on today, didn't you? Or last night?
One of the rumours going around at the moment is Arsenal and Newcastle are monitoring Mitrovic and potential signing.
That's where I was going with that. It'd be nice to see him in the Premier League again. But I've got other news for you, as well as Rashford we're looking at. It's actually came out today that Arsenal are pretty much, we've signed personal deals with Gabriel Jesus from Man City. We've just got to agree a deal with Man City as well, but I've got issues with that as well. It's not that I don't want him and I don't think he's quality, but I'm starting to see only one type of player coming in, and that's Brazilian. It's like that's all Edu's connections. But yeah, my issue is more of formation. We want a striker. Man City have been without a striker, and if they had one, they probably would have won the league, correct? Already. But they've been playing him in that false number 9. So if he's not getting them goals in the false number 9, it's not really what we're looking for. That's where it comes to. I'm not saying he's not an amazing player, because I've seen this skill. I've seen some of the goals. He is a good player, but it's not what Arsenal need. When we said we need a striker, it's because we need a striker, not a false number 9, not anything else. We just want that straightforward number 10. No, 9.
So congrats there. The bit to top it off, though, which I'm going to bring up now, is that Nutty's eldest son came home today with a Millwall kit on.
Please tell me this was a dare, like
Nope.
Piss your dad off day, straight up, put this on, walk into that house, and then run for your life because he will burn you alive inside that kit.
Nope.
Oh, apparently they're going to be throwing chairs at Fulham if they lose. I've had Let 'Em Come being sung to me. The whole works. I've had to watch YouTube videos of them. So then I mixed it up and showed them, the fact that we've beat them twice this season, made them watch all the goals. But
that should be a part of their YouTube video if they're actually going in depth. So I'm telling you now, if my kid walked in with a Tottenham kit on, mate, I'm telling you now, he's getting, Rick.
I would love to see it.
They are getting beaten the crap out of, drop kicked, bottle smashed on their head, and that's before they've walked out the front door.
It would be hilarious if your boy came home with a Tottenham shirt one day.
Yeah, I didn't actually go to pick him up. My missus went, and he come out of the house. And what did he say to you? It was,
this is wind daddy up.
Yeah, I'm only wearing this to wind daddy up. But obviously, if I was there, he would have been sent straight back into things.
He would have been shook. He's not coming out. Please, can I stay at school the whole weekend? I'll do anything you want. I'll clean the hall, whatever you need. I just cannot leave this school in this kit.
So, yeah, but, he's free to choose who he wants to support, but I'm not happy about the Millwall one.
It could be worse. He could have come back in a Chelsea kit.
Yeah, it could have been worse.
It could have been Chelsea.
And that could have been worse.
See, I think I could have took that a little bit better than...
Or actually, it could have been Derby. Let's now think about that one. If he had turned up in a Derby kit...
No, he wouldn't care.
Really? After the bloody thing he sent me and I bloody had to read through? Actually, I'm not going to lie. That is some heated fucking shit that went down. But it is what it is. That's your rivalry.
I think I'm going to buy a Fulham kit and that's it. I'm going to force him to wear it.
Okay, so moving on from that, we'll start off with the weekend and the FA Cup. We had Liverpool, Man City and Chelsea Palace. Me and Nutty both went with Chelsea and Palace, and Rick, you decided to go to be the oddball.
Man City and Palace.
Underdog
weekend.
You went Man City and you went Man City and Palace, and we went with Liverpool and Chelsea. Thought the Liverpool game was brilliant.
So, chat, if you are wondering, I did say last week that it was only I was going for an underdogs weekend. That's the only reason I said, because I did say Liverpool and Chelsea will win, and then I said I'll change it. Actually, I'll go with both of the underdogs for this weekend and see what happens. So just before any of you get at me.
No one's gone there yet. Anyway, say anything. So good from my point of view. Brilliant win for Liverpool in another final.
I think you let the second half go, if I'm honest.
No, we'd let the second half go. I agree with that. In the second half, we went nowhere near.
I actually thought Man City could have levelled that and took it to extra time, if I'm honest.
Yeah, they could have
because I feel like you laxed it that much in the second half.
No, I agree. We did, and kind of thing. But as I said, the results there. It's in the bag. We're in the final.
Final, mate. Final.
We're in the final, so I can take that.
Now we're going to talk about Chelsea, and I'd like to point out that this would be the 4th year, I think, that Chelsea have got into the FA Cup final and not won any of them.
Well, that again is one of those things. We beat them in the Carling Cup. They might beat us in the thing. They're not in the best prevailing form. Don't get me wrong. Being obviously losing.
No, they can go away from home and slap anyone. Their Stamford Bridge at the minute is like, well, Arsenal fans were singing it on thing. It's like the old days. Nobody's in.
So, it was a good result. Good result for Chelsea again, beating Palace. More of a dull game in my opinion. That was actually
a good game. I will admit that was a good game.
Palace didn't really turn up, did they? They had no fight in them. For an FA Cup semi-final, they looked like they didn't want it.
I was more thinking about like the Chelsea side of it. That's what I meant. Not Palace were good. Chelsea, considering what we saw in the Champions League and shit like that, I thought, Crystal Palace, if they turn up. But no, Chelsea literally came out full force and got the job done.
Yeah, so it was a good
I don't really think Chelsea got out of first gear because Palace to me were that poor.
But they controlled the whole game, and that's what I mean. Did you ever think, this is a spell for Palace? It was just like Chelsea had complete dominance, and and as you said, without even losing first gear.
Welcome to the chat, Queen. We haven't got to Man United yet, Queen, but hang around. We will be getting there soon.
We're just working through the other 6 teams above them.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a good weekend. I said for Liverpool from that point of view, another final for us where we're heading. Don't get me wrong, it's going to be tough to pull it off, but we're still in that quadruple chance of winning everything that we're in. Premier League will be tough. I think, but I don't see City dropping any points.
We said this before your game. We said win, draw, lose for either one of your teams. None of you are going to lose the remaining 6-7 games after that, and it's happening.
So, yeah. So from that point of view, it is what it is. We'll see what happens with the semi-final Champions League, and go from there. Now, Rick, you got weekend results?
Yeah. So Tottenham played Brighton to kick off the weekend. Tottenham lost 1-0.
Didn't expect that.
I don't think none of us saw that coming.
Not one of us.
I called a draw, and that was in hope that they would drop points.
Yeah.
I did call a draw, but Tottenham were just shocking. They had everything, just could not put the ball in the back of the net. And then literally 28 seconds from full-time whistle, Brighton just didn't give up. Good goal, to be fair, but that's what happens when you're not going to put away your chances, I guess. And then you had 3 kickoffs all at 3 o'clock. Starting with, start with Man United versus Norwich. Literally nearly threw that away. They were 2-0 up, I believe.
Yeah, I was laughing at that. I admit.
Norwich came back 2-2 before half-time, I think it was.
Yeah.
And, Man United, once again, it's the difference between Man United and Ronaldo. 2 totally different things, but one of the same. He plays for them, but let's face it, he's miles above everyone there. And if it weren't for him, they would have lost 2-0 against bottom of the league relegated Norwich. Then Southampton, Arsenal, we lost 1-0. Absolute fucking diabolical. Southampton got their goal in halfway through the first half and then shut up shop. 11 man behind the ball. And Arsenal showing exactly what they showed in the previous 2 games. Don't look like they can score a goal or break down that back 5 lower league teams. I will say Southampton got beaten 6-0 the week before, and even their fans, from everything that I watched before kickoff, all of them were saying previously when we lost 9-0, we actually went into our next game, kept a clean sheet and only scored 1, held on for life. And they did exactly the same again. Got slapped up 6-0 and then just thought, right, we're at home in front of our fans. We need to just give them something. Get a 1-0, get out. And they did it. Fair play to Southampton. I sat here. I've got a new buddy that I watch my games with. He's a Chelsea fan. And he was cheering them on, like straight up, Southampton, Southampton, just like Nutty was in Discord. It is what it is. And then the second game was Watford against Brentford, and it's just getting worse for Watford, I think. They had a chance of survival, and Brentford, once again, showing that they might not actually be in a false position, that they do deserve to stay in the Premier League.
No, I think
Big
Brentford
result,
will stay up now. I think Watford are done. I can't see Watford.
And then Sunday kicked in. We had first game was Newcastle-Leicester. Big win for Newcastle. I think that's the game that now makes them safe, I believe.
Yeah.
That 2-1 against Leicester, I thought, okay, you're safe now. Then it was a 1-1 draw between West Ham and Burnley. That was actually a surprise. But
that's a good point for Burnley.
Well, I did say that last week. I did say even without him, Sean, now, they're still the same players. They're still hard to break down. And to tell you the truth, West Ham, as we know, they're in Europa. They're battling 2 games a week. And being in Europa myself, I know damn well playing Thursday and Sunday every week it screws with you. It's not as easy as playing Champions League and having that extra day's rest every week. And then we got into this week's games. So we'll start. I'll let you. Liverpool. Liverpool played Man United.
Hey, SJ, it was a masterpiece. I'm sorry.
Masterpiece?
From Liverpool beating Man United, like the first half.
I didn't think Man United showed up. I looked at their team lineup and I thought they're playing 5 at the back. They're going to try counter-attacking.
We were too good. We were too good.
Be hard to break down. And with it, what was it? You would
4 minutes.
Didn't you have 2 or 3 goals in less than?
No, we scored in the 4th minute, so we broke them down in 4 minutes of kickoff. So honestly, watching Liverpool.
I'm still looking at him and I'm thinking he couldn't do anything. And their best player was that young kid that they bought off the bloody bench. He's the only one that looked good in a Man United shirt for that whole 90 minutes.
No, I thought Liverpool were brilliant. Liverpool were brilliant. I thought they played well.
No. Liverpool weren't brilliant. Thiago, oh my God, that's the Thiago I remember.
Yeah, he was class, but the whole team played well.
This guy's boner in the middle of the park. I see that on the wing. I see it up front, when you beat a defender with a nice bit of skill, but you don't really see midfielders. The last one that I think I really saw do that kind of stuff might have been like Zidane. Remember when Zidane used to just make you look stupid? And you're in like the main part of the battlefield in the football pitch, in the midfield. And when you're doing skills like that and pulling it off, Thiago, mate, was world class. And then it was down to your other 2, Mane and Salah.
And Diaz. I'm sorry.
No.
Diaz was good.
Good assist. No. Diaz had a good assist, but
he had a goal as well.
I think you've solved. Remember when I said to you that as good as Firmino links up that play, he doesn't get them goals. Look what Mane did playing up front. Not only did he link it up on both sides, but he scores goals as well.
Yeah, but I'm still saying Diaz was quality. The whole team was quality on Tuesday.
Nah, your 3 biggest standouts for me that game was Thiago. Well, Salah first, and I'm gonna say for the 3rd goal, mate, De Gea, go back to Spain, mate. Yeah, it's really not worth staying until the end of the season.
Liverpool quality because Man United were so poor,
and that's where I was going to go with it. But the fact is, I don't believe, as poor as they were, still them 3 players.
I'll come back to you in a minute, SJ. I've seen your comments. I'll come back to you in a minute.
They were unbelievable. Mane's pass to Salah for what was it, the second goal? He didn't even look, bruv. I didn't even see him look. I had to readjust the whole camera and be like, did he? Nah, Mane's just seen the ball come towards him one time. And Salah just knew. He was like, I'm going to carry on. Even if I get offside, maybe Mane will then turn him and then score himself. But I'm going to give him that option just in case Mane needs it. And Mane thought, oh, he is going to make that. Bam. Before the ball got to him, he knew where Salah was. And that is the difference between City, Liverpool, and every other fucker.
Yeah, that's what was said on
And I'm talking about Europe as well. I'm not talking about Premier League. I'm talking about Europe. Yes, Europe have top players, but tell me who has an attacking lineup the way that you two teams do. Oh, my God. And don't come with me with Fulham because Mitrovic has scored probably 4.
SJ's agreed with you. SJ's agreed with you saying he loved watching Thiago. Thiago made them tick this weekend.
It's the first time I've really seen, well, in the last couple of months, I've seen him get better. But that game against United was like, I thought, that's the Thiago Liverpool wanted when they bought you from Bayern in the first place. And you didn't hype that up. But now we're starting to see it. And is it going to be a little bit too late? But who knows?
There's only one point,
because I don't think you're going to keep him much longer.
Who?
He is getting old, and you need to look at a replacement.
Who's that for?
Which means lowered game time.
Who's that for, Rick? Who are you talking about?
Thiago.
Yeah, no. I think if we're going to recruit this summer, it'll be in midfield because I think Hendo's getting old, Thiago's getting old. Milner, I don't think will be there next season.
Hendo's getting old. Hey? He was already old.
Milner's already old, so I'm saying he'll leave. I think in the summer and go somewhere. I don't think he'll be next season. So I think a lot of our players may go from midfield and they'll get some players in.
Yeah.
I think we're going to buy midfield wise. I don't think we're defensively, attackingly. I think we're good. I don't think midfield wise we're probably.
No, I think another one of them glue midfielders like what Henderson is for Liverpool. We know he's not world class, but he makes them tick.
Yeah,
he holds that all together. He is the beating heart of that whole team, and they know that, which is why he never gets any shit. If he has a bad game, if he misplaces a pass, if he doesn't score a wide open chance, no one gets on him because of what he does for that team and brings to the team. And I think when you lose him, because like you said, he is getting on now and he hasn't got the legs for a title push. Maybe in the cup, keep him. Play him like Chelsea should Kante. Play him in them Champions League knockout stages when you'll get world class regardless. But need another member like him. I don't think you need someone attacking. I don't think you need someone defensive. I just think you need someone to sit there and control the game.
No,
do what you have to do, which is what Henderson does. He reads the game so perfectly.
Henderson only there because Thiago doesn't perform like the way Thiago performed against United. I don't agree with that.
No,
SJ.
I don't think they would go rid of
that, SJ. I think Hendo and Thiago are different players. I think
even
Thiago
if Thiago hit ground running, I think Henderson is still needed in that Liverpool side.
I agree. What were the other results from the
weekend? That was Tuesday night. And then we followed on with Arsenal travelling to the Bridge, where we won 4-2.
Big result for Arsenal.
Massive result for Arsenal. Now, before the game, I didn't say anything because I ain't being clipped. I told you previous 3 weeks that these are winnable games, and this was not a winnable game. Now, 5 minutes before kickoff, Nutty made a prediction. I see Arsenal getting slapped. Now, I don't know whether that was just to trigger me or that was actually your prediction or what you were going for because of the form we were in, which is what I said to you last week. Chelsea is going to be a long fucking night. And upon seeing the lineup, I thought, okay, all I can do is hope for the best. And then Chelsea's lineup came in, and then I actually thought we might stand a chance. And for some reason, I don't know what it is, but Arsenal seem to have Chelsea's number. Since Arteta took over, I think they've only beaten us once, and that was at the start of the season. We beat them in the FA Cup. We beat them in the double. We doubled them last year. And then start of the season, we had 6 COVID cases, and Lukaku ran the show, scored 2 goals. It's his best game of the whole fucking season, and it happened second game. But it was a massive result. Chelsea, I don't think we're at the horses completely, as I said about their lineup, but they are still good enough to beat the youngest team in the Premier League.
Okay, I've got a question for you though, Rick. And I've got some from SJ as well in a minute. I want to say this. So we over the past few weeks, even offline, me and you've discussed about, even on the show, we've discussed about Arsenal's lack of striking options, especially since Abu left. Right, we've had this plenty of times.
We spoke about the other.
We know about Nketiah. Obviously, his contract expires in the summer, etc. Now he was, I thought, one of your best players on Wednesday night.
Right. So you remember when he
hasn't played and Arteta that much? I know he's leaving, but if he's your best option, why not use him?
So when we played Liverpool the other week, and I said, as long as Martinelli starts, I've got faith that we can cause your best defence issues, correct? And that's because Martinelli, I don't know what it is about him. He plays really well against Liverpool. He also plays really well against Chelsea for some reason as well. And I just think that Eddie Nketiah and Emile Smith-Rowe were Chelsea Academy, who were told they were not good enough for them.
Yeah, but that's not my question, Rick.
No, but then he plays 3 games, I think, this season, starting 2 of them, which are the last 2. Now, I get he hasn't had a run of games. Mm-hmm. And I get with all the issues that are going on, but this is also a guy that hasn't wanted to be here. We've offered him the extension ages ago.
But you can say that about every player, like Pogba even. You can say that about every player. If you don't sign a contract,
no.
I don't think that's
no. I get. So he did a podcast show, Eddie Nketiah. This is after the Brighton game, the Southampton game, and all he said was, "Look, I've never been given a chance, a proper chance, a proper run." And the worst thing about Eddie Nketiah, and I feel for him, I really do, is the fact that he was England under-21s captain and has been for a while. He's broken records in the under-21s, left, right, and centre. But yet he has seen the likes of Mason Mount, Smith-Rowe, Saka, Foden, all surpass him. They've all been in the men's team for the last year or 2. Yeah, I'd probably say the last 2 years, and he's still stuck there, under 21s. For me, yes, he can prove himself. And Chelsea's game was a good way of going about that. But say we play him again, well, as I said after the game to my Chelsea mate, who literally left here crying as much as he did after the Real Madrid game, it's one of them. If we keep the same team, the same lineup against United, and he doesn't look as half lively or as hungry, where are you then? You don't then turn around and go, but he's still your best option. Well, no.
It's him or Lacazette.
No. His best option, my best option is what we're building on. Now, I didn't agree with Lacazette being up front. Someone else that's flirted with other clubs even came out this week and went, I missed the Champions League. Well, fucking do something to qualify for it then, you knob. We've given you so much time. And even when Abba come in, we said about Lacazette, do you know what, Lacazette? You link up play and Abba's still scoring bare goals. You're getting assists. Okay. Well, guess what? Abba's gone. You haven't scored. Hang on a minute. And you've got 4 goals. Reece fucking James has got more goals than my fucking striker from right back. That should tell me everything I need to know. And Nketiah had less than him.
But Nketiah,
so no, in my mind, I was thinking, play who we're gonna have. Build something until you find that striker. Put Pepe up front, the same way that he played for Lyon before. I know Martinelli doesn't want to play striker, and he has said that. But we've also seen Martinelli's finishing. he can play striker for 8 games.
You got a soft spot for Martinelli, ain't you?
It's not a soft spot. I know world class when I see it. And if your manager is telling even the Premier League he likes Martinelli, then that makes me stand up and listen. Same way when Pep called out Saka for being the issue that he always has to try and think about. When we play Arsenal, how do I keep him quiet? Well, when Klopp comes out and goes, Martinelli this, Martinelli does that, Martinelli is this, Martinelli is that, I have to keep him quiet, then I stand up and listen to good managers. If they're talking about my players in a good way, then that means that I need to start actually looking at them.
SJ has said Arsenal shop against the big team, but for some reason they might not turn up against United.
How?
That's what SJ said.
Chelsea? No. Chelsea are the only fucking team we've beaten in that top fucking lot. We lost to Man United 3-2. We lost to Chelsea. We lost both times to Liverpool, both times to Man City. Yes, performances have been better, but we still fucking lost every single one of them but that Chelsea game. So don't tell me we only turn up against big teams. We've picked up 3 points out of a possible all of them, and we've got to play Tottenham and Man United and West Ham still. So yeah, if we beat them, but then West Ham are going to say, well, we're playing in Champions Europa still. We're not all there and we're fatigued. Okay. Tottenham, we don't have a great result going to shit Hart Lane, but it is what it is.
Okay.
But you can't say we only turn up against big teams when we've only won one of them fucking games all season.
And what was the rest of the fixtures?
I wish it was the case.
Midweek, Rick? The rest of the results?
So that game was followed by a big result for Everton, which once again comes against Leicester. So that's 2 results Leicester have let go against pretty much relegation threatened sides. First one was Burnley.
1-1 draw.
1-1 draw with Everton, yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
After they lost against Newcastle. So it's not looking good for Leicester at the minute. And at the same time, Newcastle, it was a wicked goal. I don't know whether any of you saw Almiron's goal.
Yes, I did.
But, oh my God, they deserve to win. Just that. And then that was followed by, I guarantee you had Magic watching that. And when it was still 0-0 with like 20 minutes to go, Magic's like, come on, Brighton. And then Man City just went, yeah, now we'll score 3.
The first half I was happy with. And then the second half, I guess City just upped the gears a bit. And that's it. And like I've said, it will be whatever happens in the final 6 games between Liverpool and Man City, whoever falters, if they falter, it'll be a shock result somewhere. That's what I'm going to say.
But even if you faltered, even if one of you faltered, the levels you two have set this year, you should never dismiss that. Even if Liverpool or Man City don't win the league because one falters, obviously, and that's the point of football. Someone has to make a mistake for someone to win. Don't take that away from the record.
We've had a great season, and we're having a great season. And as
long as you remember that, and City fans know that regardless, even as an Arsenal fan, that's the level I want to see my team in. And that's because you guys are literally just doing what Arsenal and Liverpool were doing before Man City and Liverpool now.
We've had a good season this year, irrespective of what happens. If we can win another 1 or 2 cups on top of that, or the league, I'm happy. Whichever. If we win all of it, fucking brilliant. Don't get me wrong. I'll be fucking dancing around my house, bloody naked, fucking saying, "Way we won everything."
Save that for off stream, yeah.
No, he wants me to do it on stream on his camera, so it's all right.
No, that was just his own fans. He wanted that.
Not bothered. Discord, WhatsApp, whatever.
And then we had Burnley.
Last win of the week was Burnley Southampton.
That was a big win. A big win for Burnley. There's only a point.
Yeah, I called a draw. I'm not going to lie. I did call a 1-1 draw. But
only 1 point behind Everton now, and this weekend could change it all. Everton go to Anfield on Saturday. Burnley have got Watford, I think, or Brentford.
Yeah. Watford. Yeah, Watford away.
Man City have Watford.
So who Burnley got?
You sure? I thought Burnley are Watford, I think.
Burnley play Wolves.
Okay.
At home. Burnley play Wolves at home, and who's the other one that you wanted to know? Everton. Everton are away to Liverpool, obviously. Yeah. So Burnley are at home to Wolves early Sunday, and Liverpool are at home to Everton.
Even
last
a draw
kickoff.
for Burnley will put them above Everton.
I don't see them beating Wolves.
But Burnley at home, right?
Yeah, Burnley are at home, but I don't see them beating Wolves.
Even a point will put them above.
I didn't say they would not get a draw, but I don't see them beating Wolves. That's what I mean.
But
so
you say that you don't see them beating Wolves, but and joking aside, I don't think anyone saw Arsenal beating Chelsea at Chelsea.
I think Burnley.
Both of you called Arsenal to lose both of their games against Wolves as well. So, and we won both games. So it's one of them. Football is football.
Yeah.
I just don't see Burnley getting 3 points. I didn't see him getting 3 points against fucking Southampton, but that's the best thing about football.
What would you say, Natty?
I think Burnley can beat Wolves at home, to be fair. They got like a new lease of life by the looks of it after the last game. Got a bit more fight in them. And obviously, they're still in touch with
Southampton looked like they had a boost of new form after being battered 6-0 and then winning 1-0 and then got slapped by Burnley. Literally, that's what it looked like. I thought Burnley played so well.
Remember, this is what I keep saying. Burnley are used to this. They do this every single season. Towards the end of every season, they grind out these results.
Yeah, because they know a
new
point can change
coming in at some point. All these players have got something to prove now. They've got to show their worth to keep their place at this club.
So, say Burnley does beat Wolves, Liverpool beat Everton. Does that put Everton back into the relegation?
Yes. Yeah, Burnley go above them, I think.
Even if Burnley draw and Everton lose, Burnley go above them.
Are they drawing on points?
They're 1 point behind. They've got a better goal difference. Burnley got a better goal difference. So that's why.
This is what we've been trying to say for like weeks. We're still trying to call it. With every game that goes by, there's still so many shocking results. There's still so much to play for. And we did say this. I know we said relegation teams, they don't fuck about. They're like winning Champions League week in, week out. It's one of them. But yeah, what are we? 6 games, 7 games to go for most teams, and I still can't.
I'm going to share something now quickly because someone's put a stat on the chat for me. SJ's put a stat on the chat for me, and he's put Liverpool versus United aggregate goals at home.
I saw this stat.
In the last 10 games, it's Liverpool 29, Man United 2.
Gary Neville had to put up with that. Carragher showed him exactly the same stat. Gary Neville had a massive smile on his face. All you see is Gary Neville go.
That is a good stat, SJ. I didn't even know that. That is a good stat, SJ. That is a good
it's stat. Madness. It is madness. And listening to Man United fans considering that. And it's something like in the 4 games you've played against Man City, they've played against Man City and Liverpool. They've conceded over 20 goals in all 4 games. Yeah, madness. And scored something like 2 or 3. I think it is.
Queen, if you're still in the chat, there's some of the stats for you. Just for Man United stats.
Before we get on to this weekend's results, might as well just go through the week's news then, really. And here's Man United's news. So, obviously, the worst kept secret in Premier League history, Erik ten Hag finally gets appointed as Man United's manager, taking over from pre-season. But I've been following it pretty closely. I've been watching a lot of
talking about that now, SJ. So you can have
a lot of Man United fans. I've been watching a lot of fan cams. I've been watching a lot of. I've heard Man United players talk, current and previous, and a lot of people are upbeat. But then I watched a certain person who is a Man United supporter through and through, and what I didn't know was the amount of players Man United are going to lose come the end of the season. I didn't know this. So 6 players are automatically out of the door. Lingard, Mata, Cavani, Matic, Pogba, and Grant. 6, yeah. 6 players are automatically out of the door at the end of this season. But then I found out that according to the board, these players will be up for sale unless Ten Hag specifically asks for it. Because from what I'm hearing, Man United are going to do what Arsenal are doing with Arteta now. Regardless of the criticism, regardless of the heat, they're going to stick with their man and back him, which is what they've asked for years. And these are the players that could end up leaving. Wan-Bissaka, Phil Jones, Eric Bailey, Alex Telles, Harry Maguire, Anthony Martial, and Marcus Rashford. Now, I believe I've just named 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 players of what I believe is a 23-man squad normally.
Yeah, 25, I think it is, Rick.
Well, now it is, and I think it's going to get extended next year again because there's going to be more subs allowed. That's over half of a squad.
Okay, so I just want
Now, I believe it's needed. Like, I've seen the wonders it's worked for Arsenal. Now, a lot of you, because you don't follow Arsenal, you don't really hear the gossip until it hits mainstream media. But there was so many leaks in the Arsenal camp. What was that, Nate?
We hear it when it hits Arsenal's fans TV.
Oh, no, but that's, once again, that's after a game. But there were so many leaks with inside the camp. And then, funny enough, the leaks disappeared when Kolasinac, Mesut Ozil, and someone else left. I can't remember who it was. And then, funny enough, now there hasn't been a leak since Aubameyang went.
Okay, just
not one.
Just to hold it there, kind of thing. Just sticking on Ten Hag. So if I was going to ask you,
no, but that's what I'm trying to base this lot on. They're going to cut out so much of this dead wood to back this manager.
No, but what I'm trying to say to you is here, as a question is for you, is this, and for you, Nutty, obviously respond one at a time, is this. So from reading the articles and everything on Sky Sports, obviously, Ten Hag has said that he has a 3-year rebuild program for Man United. So it's nothing that's going to start now. It's a 3-year rebuild program that he wants the backing of and which has got the backing of the board. What I'm going to ask you both is,
right,
do you think 3 years is going to be long enough to rebuild Man United, to make them not title winners but contenders?
So I'm going to let Nutty give an in-depth answer to this, but I'm just going to go by what I've heard, because obviously with my own club being in a rebuild, it's a long process and you have to have patience. But Man United fans, as I said, I've been watching them a lot, and they seem to, this is their statement, if Ten Hag is backed and allowed to do his own structure, we believe we can close the gap on the top 2 within 2 years. And you're telling me Ten Hag saying 3? Fans aren't patient, mate. So if fans are saying 2, they're expecting results quicker than you're actually already telling them you can give them.
SJ, I'll bring your comment up in a minute. Natty, what's your
that's what they said. So yeah, go on, Natty.
2 years or 3 years is not long enough. You know, they're talking about, like Clounder said, getting rid of 10 players or 10 plus players. And you go through them players, Bissaka is their right back, first choice right back.
Telles is first left back, isn't
he? Yeah, Telles is left back. Obviously, he's behind Luke Shaw, but he's a decent player. Like, I mean,
Shaw's injured at the minute, isn't he? So Telles is there.
Bailly as well. Like you go through it and you just think there's some serious changes. Obviously, serious changes do need to happen there, but that's a big overhaul. If you're getting rid of them and bringing new players in,
you think Ronaldo will stay during that then?
No,
I don't think he will.
No,
I've heard he is. That's why I wanted to ask. The same people that have said, if they believe that a lot of this deadwood is kicked out, Ronaldo will end up staying.
But do you know what? Like, looking at it, right? If you're looking to build for the future, then Ronaldo surely isn't in them plans, is he? Because he's not going to be there.
Yeah. Nah, and I agree with that. That's exactly what Arsenal's been trying to do.
Let's be honest. If they're going to do a rebuild process, no disrespect to Ronaldo, but he can't be a part of that equation because
he can't.
no matter what,
The way Man United are seeing it is if they then start taking care of other positions that need it, at least they've still got the clinicalness of Ronaldo up front. That's a position that they don't need to then quickly think, shit, we now actually need a striker, because if we sell Martial, Rashford, and obviously Cavani's already gone, they've got no striker if Ronaldo goes. And that's what I believe. I believe if Ronaldo believes once again he is the one and only and everything to that club, I believe he might stay.
It's hard
Man
to
United
say.
gave him everything, and that's what I believe. Man United gave him his chance, and I think he will, if asked, stay another year. I'm not saying he'll commit long term, this whole 3-year project, but he will say, tell you what, I'll stay next year, I will score you 20 goals, then I'm gone.
No,
then you have to realise you have to replace me.
He's got
right now
to finish on a high.
No, because like Matt just said, and I've just said, they've got 15 players walking out the door regardless.
I get that, but not being funny, right? I'm going to say this here, and someone, I can't remember what article I read, but there was an article I read saying, if you're doing a rebuild job, your rebuild is about the future. Ronaldo's not the future, he's the now, right? He's the now. And he's not going to be.
Guess what?
It's about Newcastle. That's about Newcastle.
No,
but hang on a minute.
And you were a fan of the rebuild.
What I'm trying to say is, the same thing about, like someone said about Newcastle, no one's going to join a club if they're still rebuilding, not be competing, etc. So and so, if they're big super like Mbappe or your Neymars, whatever. The same with Ronaldo, Ten Hag. He's going to build a club that competes. It's not, and I understand the amount of players that could leave. They haven't left; they could leave. This is all about coulds. I personally see Ronaldo leaving before some of those players leave. For the simple reason, he's probably got a year left. He probably wants to finish
but it would have to be Ronaldo's choice. You think Ten Hag's going to walk in and go, get rid of him?
No, but what I would say, Ronaldo will say, I got a year left, and if I can go and play at PSG and win something, I'll go at PSG and win something, for example.
No, if PSG, okay, that's a different situation. If PSG came in and went, tell you what, Man United, will pay you all this money to take Ronaldo right now, instead of you keeping him for the last year and then losing him for nothing, Man United would do that, because as we're aware, a rebuild takes money, because you're going to have to start paying off players' contracts to get them out the door. You're going to have to start buying new players, because let's face it, with that amount walking out the door, your under-21s team isn't filling all them spots. So yes, if a deal came through, Man United would. But what I'm saying is, if you think Ten Hag's going to walk in and go, I don't want Ronaldo here. Well, I don't believe he would say that, and I don't believe any manager would say that. If you could walk into a team and know that for 1 year you've got Ronaldo, clinical Ronaldo up front, you're going to take that and think, I can, as long as we win something next year or get something next year, Ronaldo can then walk, and we will then be able to go, guess what? We might be back in the Champions League. Now we can actually get that striker. Look at Arsenal. I'm talking from experience here. Why could we not get a striker in January? Because we're not in anything.
No.
Even Vlahovic chose Juventus, and look at what he's doing now.
Ronaldo would not be. I guarantee you, and Ten Hag, if Ronaldo stays, and now you can all agree to disagree a point here. If Ronaldo stays at United, I promise you, he will be a bench player. He will not start. Ten Hag will make sure that youth and that thing he needs in that squad, and who are filling those positions ahead of him, will start before Ronaldo does. I put money on it. That's the kind of guy he is. He works with young players.
With Martial, Cavani, and Rashford all gone, if they're gone.
If they're gone, and that's the thing. If there's an if there,
and that's what I mean. It's no different from Ronaldo. The only person that I really think this all falls on is the man himself. It won't be on Ten Hag.
SJ has said here, he said 2 things. I wonder how much money Ten Hag is going to be given to spend. If 13 players leave in the summer, then Ten Hag might have a lot to spend. I heard Ronaldo might leave.
That's not sales, bruv. That's free walkouts.
Only 6 are walkouts, aren't there? Only 6 are walkouts.
6 are walkouts.
Right, 6 are walkouts, SJ, freebies. And then he's
okay. As football fans, tell you what. Actually, you're a Liverpool fan. You're fighting in titles. How much would you pay for Wan-Bissaka?
15 mil.
Okay. Phil Jones?
Nothing.
Eric Bailly.
At 10.
Alex Telles, who, by the way, only came in the summer just gone. So let's think about the loss here as well.
5 mil.
Harry Maguire, 90 million.
Wouldn't pay a penny for Harry Maguire.
Anthony Martial, who, by the way, is only there because the Glazers actually love this guy. And even he's now said, we're going to have to take a loss on him. So clearly, even the chairman said, we're going to take a loss on Anthony Martial. And Marcus Rashford, probably the only one that they will make money out of, unless Ronaldo leaves.
Yeah. As Jason also said, when you do a rebuild, you've got to have the balance the now and the future. It's a big question
right.
on Ronaldo.
But my issue is they have 3 players that are walking out on free that were probably your money makers.
And Pogba's on a free.
West Ham was willing to take Lingard off your hands for 35 million, and you told them no. And he hasn't played since. Cavani, once again, if you'd got him to sign that 6 months extra deal, you could have made a little bit of money out of him. And then Pogba. Once again, how much money spent and put into this kid, and now he's going to walk away on a free. He doesn't care about you. And that's my point. So player sales is actually going to make Man United no money whatsoever. And I know that as an Arsenal fan. Aubameyang, we're not going to make a penny on him.
We didn't. You did.
And that's my point.
You got his contract. No. So you saved 25 million paying wages.
Hang on.
I'm going to stop it a minute.
No, what I'm going to say is that's not exactly all the truth.
Hang on, I just want to stop it a second.
That's all I'm going to say.
I just want to stop it a second. Because I don't know I just want to stop a second. I have a Man United fan in the chat. So I'm going to ask for his opinion. Paul, you joined at the top. Paul, my boy Paul.
Oh, Paul!
Paul's joined the chat. Paul has joined the chat. And Paul, we're just talking about Man United. Literally talking about Man United and Ten Hag. So, Paul, I'm going to give you a chance to speak here. The key points to bring out is Man United could have a potential of losing 13 players.
We all think Ten Hag is an amazing decision. Worst kept secret ever, but a good decision. But the fact is he's walking into this disarray for one and losing 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 players minimum.
Okay, so, Paul, he's going to be losing potential 13 players, 6 on a free. And I guess I'm going to ask you your opinion. It's 2 things. 1, would you keep Ronaldo or let him go in the summer if you want that kind of thing? Or would you see Ronaldo staying? That's 1. And 2,
would you keep any of the following?
Would you keep any of the following players, which is, go on, Rick, said
Wan-Bissaka, Phil Jones, Eric Bailly, Alex Telles, Harry Maguire, Anthony Martial, and Marcus Rashford.
Would you keep any of them players? 1, would you keep Ronaldo? And then 2, would you keep any of them players? And then what you think about Ten Hag? And we'll come back to you once you've responded on the chat, Paul.
What about his opinion on them in 2 years' time then be competing with the top 2?
I'll come back to that. Yeah,
that's what I mean. That's it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And your own fans have asked for results within to be closing the gap and challenging with the top 2 teams at the minute within 2 years. Though Ten Hag has actually said he needs minimum 3 years.
Okay, so I'm going to go with what Paul can back. Firstly, he's put, I'd keep Ronaldo every day of the week, purely for his mentality. He's a born...
See, that's my point. This guy's a natural winner.
Our players lack the work ethic and mentality brings. Okay, fair enough, Paul. I understand that. Ronaldo does... SJ has come back with a counter, though. Ronaldo doesn't work with the Ten Hag system. Okay, SJ.
Yeah, okay. But really, out of all the players that he has right now, SJ, how many of them really work with Ten Hag system now?
Let me finish with Paul here. He may be aging, but you give him service, he will score goals. And that's what Rick said. I give him credit for that. Rick did say that he'll get you 20 goals in a year, in a season. So that's what Rick pretty much said. You know, I was like, I'll be honest with you, Paul. I said that if you're building for the future, you don't need a Ronaldo. You need to bring in what you want now. Only because for the simple fact is Ten Hag said he needs 3 years to rebuild the team to make them not title winners, but contenders. However,
I think the way that he said it was kind of one of them that it's up to you to make up your mind what you want to make of that. I'm not sure whether he meant we're going to be challenging, or whether I'm going to get us on that steady ship where we're now harder to beat. We're now looking like we've got identity. I'm not quite sure what he meant by 3 years.
Okay, Paul, I'm going to ask you quickly. Paul, what's your thoughts on Ten Hag? As you're the Man United fan, what's your thoughts on Ten Hag?
And SJ a Man United fan as well.
No, I don't think SJ is a Man. SJ, you're not a Man United fan, are you?
Or is he Liverpool?
No, I think he's a London. I'm sure he's a West Ham or Tottenham fan.
Oh, I'm done.
I'm sure SJ is. SJ, who do you support, SJ?
Oh, no, actually, I think he's a Gunner. He better be a Gunner.
Arsenal fan?
Arsenal or Fulham are the only correct answer in this chat.
Okay, he's not a Tottenham fan. He goes, "Am I mad?" So he's definitely not a Tottenham fan.
It's got to be Arsenal.
Imagine having, again, Paul said, imagine having Ronaldo in the dressing room for the players we bring in to learn from. I don't know a massive amount about him, but I do like this man's management and his style of football. Okay, fair enough, Paul. Okay.
That's an honest announcement, and that's what I feel, because I don't feel like Man United fans have just spent the last how many years watching him at Ajax. Let's face it. So I'm not really sure how apart from professionals that have watched him in the past few years at Ajax and what he's done, that's what you're going to go on. Because that's what I've been going on. And then on top of that, I've gone to see other fan reactions, and pretty much they do generally say the same. Because this person
said hello, Rick.
Yes, brother Mike.
Okay, so SJ, when you want to tell us who you support, that'd be nice. Because we still don't know who you support. You keep saying every team that you don't support. But
I would also know it's one of them.
So the next bit before we go to the weekend fixture stuff.
Oh, can I just point out? Yeah. Do you all see Chelsea in that top 4 race now?
Yeah, I don't think they'll still lose the top 4 race personally.
No, I said, do you see them in that race now? Instead of being that solid third, you can't come out of third regardless of what results.
He supports Dagenham and Redbridge.
He's a liar.
He says, no, he don't really support a Premier League team. That's what he said. And Paul has come back saying, if he's honest, he thinks we should clear out most of the current squad. But you'd keep Harry Maguire. Yeah,
and I agree with that. I agree with that.
But you'd keep Harry Maguire, right?
13. That's a big. And with the names that are on that list of 13, I'm still sitting there thinking, who have you got left, actually? Now I deep it. Who have you got left after that? De Gea in goal.
Paul agrees they should keep Harry Maguire.
Fred and McTominay in midfield. And right now, if you get rid of Ronaldo, you'll have no striker either. So I really don't know. And that's what is confusing to me. That's why we're asking Man United fans, because I feel for you. I really do. We sold everyone in our squad.
I just joked with Paul saying that he'd keep Harry Maguire. He's not happy. Hang on. You're right. Harry Maguire is the best player to wear a Man United shirt. I agree with you there, Paul. 100% agree. He didn't say best. He said worst, but I just changed it.
You are trying to trigger people today, ain't it, Magic? What happened this week to you?
Paul, but I got to say, bro, right? Paul, I'm going to come out and say this. You spent 80 million on that guy. 80 million on Harry Maguire.
And bonuses. They even paid Leicester bonuses as well.
When you paid 80 million, your boys were singing he's going to be the best defender in the world. He's better than Van Dijk and all this stuff. Because obviously at the same time we spent 75 on Van Dijk. Blimey, what a difference that is. That's all I'm going to say on that subject. That is all I'm saying on that subject. You hated him from day one. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I didn't think he was that good at Leicester, and I said that before. I have said that on this podcast. I didn't think he was I think he literally only got bought because he had a good World Cup. Ollie went up to Lingard,
I get that,
Rashford, and Luke Shaw and said, what do you think about Harry Maguire? And all of them went, he was wicked at the World Cup. And Ollie went, that's all I need to know. And just went and spent 80 million on it. That's how I feel like it went. He didn't do no research, no watching him in big games, etc. And just slapped 80 million.
Paul. So Paul reckons rather than paying 80 million for Harry Maguire, they should have bought Lewis Dunk for 40 million. He reckons he's brilliant in the end.
I hate to tell you, when you bought Maguire, Dunk was actually only worth 8. Man United have already done this research, or fans have already done this research.
SJ, you're having a laugh, right? You did not think
Dunk cost 8 million at the same time they spent 80 on
SJ. I never thought Harry Maguire was any good and worth 80 million at any point or any stage of that thing. That I would think he was going to do well.
Right, so let's give him benefit of the doubt, because we all know English tax. As we support English teams, if we were to sell to any other English team, there is tax. We know that. That 80 million, let's face it was probably more 50, but because it was Man United coming from Leicester were like 80 and he's yours. And Man United, as I said, they were going on their own players' testimonies instead of people that actually decide whether a player is good or not in their own scouts that they hire.
Right, so that's the bit for the midweek fixtures, and obviously we've had our say on Ten Hag. Right, so Nate, I'm going to start with you on this next bit before we go to the weekend fixtures. Big fight this weekend, chap. Big fight. We've got Tyson Fury and Dylan White. Our boy Nutty's going to be at the fight. So Nutty, I'll start with you. What's your tale of the tape with this, and what do you think is going to happen on the night?
Nutty's going to knock them both out, mate.
Yeah, and the dads. I think it's going to be a lot closer than what people are thinking.
I'll come back to you in a minute, chat. I've seen your notes.
Fury, obviously, boxing IQ, I don't think there's anyone better in the heavyweight division at the moment in terms of that. But Dylan White is no mug. The guy can fight. He's got one of the meanest left hooks in the heavyweight division.
And didn't he knock down Fury twice in the last one?
Who?
White.
What? No, he fought Wilder, didn't he? This is first time.
Yeah, shit. My bad.
Yeah. So,
hang on a minute. And Wilder's worse than White.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And if Wilder knocked, oh shit. Well, there goes my statement. I just put Tyson Fury for the fucking knockout. That was my statement in my notes. Now you got me second guessing myself. Carry on.
Something. Dylan White, he's capable of a knockout. He's capable of a brawl. He on his day he can. To me, he's up there at the top. I do think Fury's going to have too much for him. I think it's going to be too hard, like in terms of the boxing IQ. I think the only way Fury gets in trouble is if he allows it to get close and gets into that brawl, gets up close and they start brawling in the middle of the ring. Then he's in trouble because, as I say, White hook catches him with that left hook. It's been proven. He got caught with by Wilder twice or 3 times or whatever it was.
Previously, when his mental health was rock bottom, and we see how shit he was in that ring. So that's what I mean, mentality.
Okay. Myself personally, I'm going for a Fury win.
On round of points, what are you going with? Knockout or points? Chat, same question to you. Knockout or points for whoever you think's going to win?
But I don't know now.
I'm going points.
You're going Fury points. Rick?
Yeah.
Fuck it. I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to go Fury knockout. I'm just going to, like Nutty said, he is like one of the best in the heavyweights. Whenever we see Fury, the whole country gets behind him. And I want to believe what Nutty says. But I want to believe what Nutty says. I just want to believe that, yes, it's going to be the heavyweight bout we've been waiting for. But like Nutty said, when it comes down to the finishing, we know Tyson's just got that brain to go. Now's the time.
A lot of people got to remember that Dylan White has waited. Well, he's been number one contender for what I think it's 2 or 3 years now.
Yes,
because of Wilder being a little bitch.
Yeah, so he's waited. He's deserved this opportunity. He's waited a long time for it, and you got to give White his credit. He could have took a lot of easy fights in them 3 years against so-called journeymen, but he didn't. He took on some decent fighters. And he could have
people that were actually thought of as number one contenders as well, and he's been putting them all back in their own zones, really.
Obviously,
He's
he
been
had that
like,
loss
no,
to
I've been
Povetkin.
waiting, and this is why I've been waiting. Get in your line
Yeah.
and wait your turn. Fair play to
Obviously,
him, yeah.
he had that loss to Povetkin, didn't he?
Yeah.
And I think it was 8 weeks later, or whatever it was, or 12 weeks later, he was back in the ring, and he went and beat Povetkin in start.
So chat are saying
Okay,
this.
I don't remember the second one. I don't remember the first one.
So chat are saying this, and I'll go to you, Nate, with this kind of thing. So obviously, Paul and SJ both said Tyson wins by points. SJ reckons not even a challenge for Tyson. Paul's come out saying White recently got put to sleep by a 40-year-old Povetkin, so doesn't see it being a
And
challenge.
White been running his mouth.
Don't see it being a challenge. And Paul has also said that he don't think it'll be a brawl, but White's that dangerous. I reckon he will give him the Klitschko treatment, how he beat Klitschko. Long range, keep his jab out, and not let him get close.
That's how he has to fight.
Yeah, but he tried that against Wilder, didn't he? And Wilder caught him enough times.
Yeah, but Wilder wasn't a boxer. He was a brawler. He was a fighter. He just threw
No,
punches.
but Wilder was bigger than Tyson, and that's what I'm trying to say. He was still bigger than him. So, and that's what Tyson tried to do with him. Tell you what, I'll keep out of the way, and then if I get close enough, I'm just going to go all in. And that's when obviously Tyson got caught both times by thinking that he was just going to go for a knockout blow, and Wilder then just went.
Going back to that statement as well, where that it's going to be easy for Fury because White got knocked out by a 40-year-old Povetkin. People need to realize this is heavyweight boxing. You know, one punch can change a fight.
Yes.
You know, Povetkin, you know, again, he was an experienced fighter, been around, for a long time. The guy can punch hard, you know. And again, it was, up until that knockout, White was in control of that fight. You know,
Paul's put
I don't think
Wilder
it's
is a
gonna
heavier hitter than White. I don't agree with that.
Listen, Wilder has only got one punch. Yeah, he's a one-trick pony. Right? Dillian Whyte, he's a better. Listen, there's no comparison between Dillian Whyte and Deontay Wilder in terms of boxing. You know, it's ridiculous how you had. Nah, I don't agree with that sentence at all.
Well, he's put this. So
Dillian
going back
Whyte.
to what you're saying, that they've come back with this. So AJ said Wilder got the right hand. That's it. Paul has said
That's it. That's all he's got.
No, but Paul has said this. He can't even box, but he's knocked 95% of his fighters out. Wilder's one punch is harder.
Yeah, because if you watch every single fight that Wilder has ever had, it's always that same punch. When do you see him actually outboxing a fighter? He doesn't, because he's always looking for that overhand right hand. That's it. That one that's got the power. That's it. He don't do nothing else. Who else is Wilder fought as well?
But Paul said we're not talking boxing skills. No one says skills. He's saying, but I didn't say. He didn't say skills. He said power punch.
I thought the statement was
you can't rule Dillian Whyte out because he's got power.
No, but that's what I thought. I thought the statement was just Fury has too much for him. I thought that was just
no. It's about punch power between Wilder and Dillian Whyte. The question was, I think Wilder versus Whyte would be more entertaining.
Yeah, but once again, but this is what I mean about Fury. Like, my only issue with Fury is we've seen what Fury can look like when he lets himself go, when his mental health is rock bottom, when life isn't that good for him. And we've seen what happens when he then chooses to go through that same headspace and then decides to take on a fight. It doesn't work out well for him. Now, now I've realised my mistake that I made earlier because I was thinking of Wilder and not White. But obviously I know who White is. I don't think there is a massive difference. If we were still talking about Wilder, then yeah, I think there is a massive difference. Because I do believe, although Wilder knocked Tyson on his ass twice, they weren't punches that you saw Tyson's eyes roll into the back of his head. he sat on the mat and he breathed. He looked up at the ref and he was like, "Fuck! I let him hit me again." He wasn't in any daze. He wasn't stunned, but I believe White is better than Wilder. And if Wilder can get that shot that obviously, as we're well aware, landed on Tyson, why are we not thinking that White is able to do exactly the same?
Okay.
Apart
Paul,
from, I reckon his are going to be harder than Wilder's.
Paul, I'm going to twist your point. So, Paul, I'm going to read out what Paul said. I'm going to twist one of his points. So, Paul's made 2 points here. The point was Fury has taken Wilder's best shot and got up. So, Paul, I twist that.
But White is better than Wilder.
Okay, so Paul, so what I'm trying to say to you, you put in that comment, you've just answered your own question. Fury has got up after taking Wilder's best shot, which then makes me say Wilder hasn't got that much of a powerful shot. If Fury can get back up, if you're saying 95% of knocked out, if his shot was that good, he wouldn't get back up. So that's my point I'm trying to make. White knocks you out, you ain't getting up. I've not one opponent from White had taken his pot shot and then got up. You're done.
But that's why I think this fight isn't just about the fight. I think it's mentality. I think it's about making.
And this is where it's different. White will hit you from different angles, which Wilder wouldn't do. White will hit you with an uppercut.
He's faster. White's faster than Wilder
White
as well.
Faster, no.
Is he not?
No.
No, Wilder's faster, but
Wilder's faster.
Well, I didn't see Wilder really move. If I'm going to be honest,
Wilder's not a boxer, but he's got more stamina, etc. But
okay. Not fast. I was just about to say, I remember watching that fight, and I don't remember fucking Wilder being like.
I'll be real. I think Fury wins. I like Dillian Whyte. I think he's a good fighter. But if I'm going to give Dillian Whyte any chance, he has to get Tyson out within 6 rounds.
Yeah, I agree. And Paul,
if he doesn't get him out within 6 rounds, Fury will just work him down, and that'll be it. Because Dillian Whyte will blow out. He will.
Yes, he will.
After 6-7 rounds, Dillian White's gas will be empty. 100%.
Paul, I agree with you, Paul. And this is what this show is about, I guess, Paul. We agree to disagree. Like, what you're saying about the Wilder punch, etc. You have your opinion on it,
because we want to understand your points of view. That's the whole point of these podcasts, is for you to hear things that maybe you don't know, and for people like yourself to come in and show us maybe bits that we didn't think about in our analysis.
Paul, you've got a valid opinion. I'm not taking your opinion or your thought out of it. I agree with what you're trying to say. Is that be one of the things that, Rick might agree with you, I might disagree with you, or vice versa. And that's what the whole point of the show is about. We have a debate on something. We'll all agree on it, or some will agree and some won't.
So we all going for Fury then? Is that what we're all? After all of that, are we all still going to say Fury?
Yeah, I think Fury is the main person. We believe. I believe Wilder is harder, but White punches.
White only has the only chance if he manages to connect with Fury within the first 6 rounds.
If he turns it into his fight. Because the difference between the Wilder and the White fan is, and SJ's just said it now, I believe Wilder hits harder, but White punches are powerful, but White has more boxing IQ than Wilder, and that's the difference.
Well, that's what you pointed out as well, weren't it? Wilder's not mentally there to go 10 rounds, whereas these two are...
White will have a more boxing technique. I agree with you completely, SJ.
So if Tyson wins, who's next?
If he wins, it all depends what's happening with AJ and Usyk. I presume.
That's what I wanted you to say. See, that's the answer I think everyone wants.
But I don't think that fight will ever happen. I think Fury will retire after this, personally.
Yeah, it's not. It's exactly what everyone else has fucking said as well. And we've been waiting how long for this fight, and then on top of that, we've been waiting how long for the AJ Tyson fight.
Yeah, Paul said as well. Yeah, Paul, I agree with you. I think I've heard him say he might retire. He's not waiting for AJ. If they can't sort it out after this fight, then he's not waiting. I don't know. What
I think he'll get this fight done.
Go on, Natty.
I think Fury will get this fight over and done with. If he wins, then I think he'll wait and see what's happening with the AJ Usyk situation. If nothing happens there, then I think he'll call it a day.
Yeah.
But do you reckon if he came with the right money deal from somewhere like Dubai or America and said, tell you what, one-off fight, just an exhibition, it's not even up for...
Fury's not about
it's all about money. It's all about money. Would you think them two would do it?
No, Fury's not about money.
No, I'm not saying he is. But he is a boxing man. And when you get a fight... No, because like me, I prefer playing against good players. And that's what I'm trying to say. If he didn't get like title wise and in the structure of the boxing federation, and they don't sort it out, and he thinks to himself, I would have loved that fight. Do you think he would take it? That's what I mean. I'm not saying all about the money, but if someone that had the money to set it all up for him said,
if it's silly money,
I would give you.
There's two factors, and SJ, I agree with. I want to see a few versus AJ, but my opinion is if it's silly money, yes. But I think the big issue here is, and this is the only way I see the fight happening, right? Is we all said Tyson Fury to win tomorrow night. If Fury loses tomorrow night, there's a rematch, right? So that's going to take place.
Yeah.
Right, straight away. We know that. There's a rematch there. He'll go for that. That then buys
How long would
AJ,
that take?
that then buys
2
AJ
months.
time to then fight us and see if he wins back the title. But if AJ loses
So if
a
they fight
rematch,
tomorrow, how long before a rematch is normal? If Tyson does lose, how much would it be?
It could be 9 months, it could be 6 months, it could be a year, it could be anything.
Well, if he's not going to wait 9 months at AJ, why would he wait 9 months for a rematch?
But that's his rematch. He wants his title back. There's a difference. If he's holding a title, he don't have to fight. If he wants,
but that's my point, and that's the point that I was trying to make. If he wants his title that bad, that's what I mean. For someone that loves the sport, you love the fight. You want to fight against people that you don't know that you're going to weave their head into the canvas as soon as you step in the ring. You don't want that fight. And I believe Tyson is one of them fighters. He doesn't want an easy fight, ever.
No, it's
he wants to go in there.
It's not that, Rick. What it is simple. And that's what I'm trying to say. Is the only way that fight happens is Fury loses tomorrow night, gets his rematch. His rematch say in 6 months' time. Within that time, AJ will get his rematch sorted out, hopefully. By the time both fights are done, if AJ wins, and Tyson wins, the fight happens. If Tyson loses and AJ loses, the fight happens. But if one of them wins and one of them loses, the fight doesn't happen because it's all about belts. It's not about anything else between them two. It's about the belts.
Yeah, about their honours. And that's what I mean. And that's what this would be. Two of the greatest British fighters going off at each other.
I wouldn't say AJ is one of the greatest fighters. I wouldn't put AJ in that category.
No, but in this day and age, that's what I'm not saying in history. Like I like Joe Kawasaki better than both of them, if I'm going to be honest, but that's just me. And he's from fucking Wales, for Christ's sake. So it's one of them. But in this day and era, if I had to pick who are my two favourite fighters out of the English scene or the British scene, I'm going to say AJ and Tyson, aren't I?
You haven't been watching Conor Benn lately, have you?
No. I can't say I don't watch pre-fights and after fights. I just normally stay awake for the main event. That's about it.
Nutty will know what I'm saying.
Conor Benn is the future English.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's the future. I'm just talking about the now, and that's why I believe that these two.
He's there now.
God, man.
He is there now.
Everyone talks about AJ because he's Eddie Hearn's bitch.
How old is Tyson and AJ, and then how old is this Ben?
Ben's 25 now, I think.
Something like that.
Yeah, 25.
How old is Tyson and AJ?
32, I would say, around about that time, age. 30, 32.
Yeah.
And that's my point that I'm trying to make. So the reason that I was saying about these two fighting, regardless whether it was belts, I reckon if the event was set up for them, they would more than likely do it. Now, yes, this guy has got 7 years on him.
I don't think Joshua does.
Do you really think Joshua wants that fight?
So I do SJ as well. I do. I wish it would happen, but I don't. I just can't see it happening. I think
every boxing fan wished that fight would happen.
Did AJ lose?
AJ lost his last fight.
Yeah, and that's what.
That was what ruined this fight.
He lost the fight. It wasn't even heavy.
Yeah, I don't, and that's why I had to ask, because I don't believe he lost it either.
All right, a question for you then. Do you think AJ wins the rematch?
No.
Because I don't.
I want to say yes. Of course I'm going to say yes. Do I believe he's going to win it, or do I believe that there's going to be this outside force that won't allow him to win it? Is that what you're getting at more to the point?
No.
Or do you just generally believe AJ just isn't good enough and that was it for him now?
He's done. Oscar's too fast. AJ's a new Frank Bruno. Top heavy.
The new Frank Bruno.
Top heavy. Get a quick fighter in there.
Usyk, right? Usyk and Fury would be closer than Fury Joshua.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you
And he's
why.
a cruiserweight.
Because Usyk is the smaller Fury in his division.
Yeah.
Yeah. Usyk is, you could put like Canelo, Fury, Usyk.
What class is he in?
Boxing IQs. Yeah. They're too fucking advanced. They're like the Floyd Mayweathers, mate. Up there, too fucking clever, mate. For anyone. They can adapt to any fighter, anything that comes at them. They're up there, they're too clever. Joshua ain't got that. Joshua looks to Eddie Hearn. Oh, do I look good? Like, that's Joshua. Like, I'll give me a links advert.
I will agree that AJ's gone from
Joshua's career has been fucking mapped out the whole way through, and he you know,
he's fucked up on the way.
No,
Yeah.
AJ's commercial. I get that. I get what you're saying. AJ's has been commercial ever for probably longer than his fucking boxing career's been alive now. But that I get exactly what you mean. Yeah, but still, them two fighting, I still believe would be.
it would be a massive event. There's no denying it. You know, no one can dispute that would not be a massive event. And I think every British boxing fan
watch boxing to watch a good boxing match, the same way you watch football to watch a good match of football.
I know we all want.
Do you believe that, regardless, this a fight between these two wouldn't just be about it's because it's actually because these two are good boxers and these two are going to show you a good match? Or is it just because, names, it makes money, everyone wants to see it, and we all make millions out of them?
That's what it is.
I reckon you've got more chance of David Haye coming out of retirement and fighting Fury than you have Joshua. I'm being real. Like,
he'd step up to actually tell you he's coming out of retirement and break his little toe. So there's really no point.
There it is.
I just don't listen. I don't think Joshua wants it. I don't think it will happen.
Would want
and I believe if it happens, Fury will make him look stupid. It will be more embarrassing than when Joshua lost to that little fat kid in America, Ruiz. If I'm being honest, it will be a beatdown of all beatdowns. You know.
Okay.
That's my opinion. I don't think it happens.
So that's the boxing, guys. Obviously, everyone's going for a Tyson win. We'll see what happens and pick up on next week's show on that part. Rick, do you want to go for the weekend fixtures? What we're looking at?
Right. So tomorrow we kick off with, fair to kick off will be Arsenal hosting Man United.
Nutty, what do you reckon?
I'm going to go Man United win.
And chat, you can get involved in this. Arsenal, Man United, who do you think is going to win, or do you think it's going to be a draw? And you can get involved in this. I'm going to go with United.
Followed by Leicester, Aston Villa.
You didn't say who yours.
Hold on, Clown. What's your prediction for Arsenal United?
Well, last week when I did this, you guys just gave me your predictions and we moved on to the next one. You didn't fucking ask me last week what my prediction was.
Now. Come over to you, Clown. What's your prediction for that game? I'm a bit concerned how long you're taking to answer that question.
Because it's down to one thing.
If Martinelli plays.
If Ronaldo starts tomorrow, I'm going to call a 2-1 Man United. If Ronaldo doesn't play tomorrow, I call 2-1 Arsenal.
According to Sky Sports News, he is available for tomorrow's game.
Yeah, no, I know he is available, but he or the club haven't confirmed that he's travelled, so it's one of them.
Okay. Cool. So we've got two. Okay.
I reckon he will be at the Emirates tomorrow with the team, but whether he plays or not, I think is just a choice between him and.
Is it at the Emirates? I thought it was at Old Trafford.
Yeah. No, it's at the Emirates. We beat them at Old Trafford.
I'm going to call it a draw then.
Well, they don't have luck coming here, and we normally draw at Old Trafford.
I'm going to call it a draw.
So
tomorrow.
I've called 2-1 Arsenal without Ronaldo. 2-1. Actually, no. I'll go 2-2 if they have Ronaldo. So either way, Man United don't win, but I will give them the benefit of the doubt because that's what cost us in the last game.
Cool.
It's just Ronaldo. That game is followed by Leicester hosting Aston Villa. And after Leicester's poor form,
That's a
I'm not
derby
really
as well,
sure.
isn't it?
And Aston Villa are beached as well, so I'm really not sure what this tie is going to hold.
Isn't that a derby as well?
Yeah.
Leicester Villa.
Yeah, North Derby, yeah,
Yeah.
kind of.
Mm.
I'm gonna go draw.
Yeah, I'm a draw on that.
That's what I said. I said a 1-1.
I'm a draw on that.
Yeah? Oh, wow, we agree. And then we're going to Man City will host Watford. Man City.
Oh, Man City.
I'll go Man City 4 or 5-0
That's
plus.
what I said.
Yeah, I think Man City.
They're at home. They're at home.
Yeah.
Watford haven't travelled well, and even their home record is failing Watford at the minute. So, yeah.
Man City 4-5-0 by half time. Said it here first.
Ooh, I was thinking full time, but
No, I'm going half time. Balls deep.
bearing in mind, are we thinking that we need to take into consideration that Man City are hosting Real Madrid on Tuesday? So do they rest people against Watford, or do
Still
we
Man City
just?
win.
Are you just saying they're
I
too
don't
good?
think
And
what
doesn't-
team Man City put out? I think Man City could put their reserve team out and they still do a number on Watford.
Yeah, I think
My
Man
honest
City still
opinion.
win.
okay, I'll go with that. Yeah, Norwich will host Newcastle. I've put Newcastle to win.
Newcastle.
Norwich.
What?
Norwich.
Tell you what, right? Now you better put that in your little magic 5 predictions, right? And I want to see you put Norwich down in your predictions for that as well. Yeah? Okay.
Wow.
Fucking one. And last game of Saturday is Brentford will host Tottenham, who Brentford have one of the best records against London clubs.
Draw.
Watford.
I've said draw.
Draw.
I'm going Brentford.
Yeah, no, I did say draw. I
And-
put 1-1.
Cool.
Brentford 2-1.
Sunday fixtures.
Sunday fixtures start off with Brighton will host Southampton and little seaside getaway teams.
I say another draw.
I said
I'm going
Southampton.
Brighton win.
Actually, yeah, I'm going to go Brighton as well. No, you said that. After their last 2 results, I think they've
Just based
apart
on
from
their last couple of performances.
even 3-0 against Man City doesn't show what they did for like 70 minutes of that game. Let's face it, they did hold City off really well. Burnley, as we said, then host Wolves.
I'm going Burnley.
Yeah, I'm going Burnley win as well.
I'm going to go Wolves. Chelsea will host West Ham, who, as we're well aware, Chelsea's Stamford Bridge days are really getting bad. And West Ham haven't had to play Europe this week either.
I'm going to say Chelsea.
I said a draw. I'm going to go for
West Ham win.
Okay.
And the last game Sunday is Liverpool will host your rivals.
Back my boys all the way. We're at home.
So you say that, and I see this as always a big scoring game. I see you winning, but I've put you down to win some. I think it was 3-2.
You really see Everton scoring goals there?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, I didn't see fucking Everton scoring 1 goal for the rest of the season, and yet they're picking up fucking points by scoring goals right now. They do look hungrier. Richarlison, I don't know whether it's just because he's Brazilian and hot-headed, but this guy did not quit, and they were 1-0 down for a lot of that game against Leicester. And when he got that chance, he took it. And you see it in his face how much it means to him. I don't believe he'll be there next season.
I'm going to predict Liverpool win, and I'm going to also predict, similar to the Man City, I'm going to predict a 4-5-0 win.
Yeah, I'm with 90 on this.
I think Liverpool are just going to blow them across that pitch.
Bearing in mind that Liverpool just smashed up Man United, and this is an Everton team that made Man United look stupid as well at Old Trafford.
I don't see Everton bothering Liverpool.
No, I don't.
No, I don't say I see him, but I see lots of goals in this game.
Yeah, from Liverpool.
From Liverpool, yeah.
Fucking idiots. And then Monday night is actually under the lights at Crystal Palace, who will host Leeds.
Oh, that's a open game.
That I've actually put down for Crystal Palace win.
Yeah, I'll probably go Palace win on that.
So then we are followed by the two semi-finals. Man City will host Real Madrid in their first leg, and Liverpool will then host
Villarreal.
Yeah, you host Villarreal first. Yeah, I had to think about that. I weren't sure whether you were away.
I think we win at home. First leg. Man City, Real Madrid. I think Man City
And I
win
bet
as well.
Bayern Munich said that as well.
Man City at home first, or Real Madrid home first.
Man City are at home against Real
Madrid. I think Man City win as well.
I've actually put Man City 1-0, Liverpool to win 2-1. There's just something about this Villarreal side, bruv. Like, we called against Bayern Munich. Yeah, that was an amazing home result. But then you went to Bayern Munich and did it again. There's just something about them. And you really can't count Emery out of a European Cup competition, can you? When history.
Don't get wrong. Anything's possible, but I'll back my boys.
No, and I've backed your boys. Don't fucking let me down.
Cool.
And then that brings us to the because there isn't a Friday game before we come back, but Man United host Chelsea at Old Trafford Thursday before we come back next Friday. So it's a fixture that I guess we need to give a call for. I see Chelsea beating them as well.
I see Chelsea winning that.
And unless Man United show this bounce back because they know they've got a new manager and they need to perform for him, I really don't see anything changing much. So, yeah, I called that as a Chelsea win. And as I said, we'll be back on Friday before any other balls kicked.
All right, bear with me 2 seconds, guys. Just bear with me.
Did you see that Barcelona women's result?
No.
Champions League semi-final, first leg, they won 5-1 in front of 91,000 fans.
Wow.
The world.
Women's football around the rest of the world is massive. America, Japan, China. I want to say England are doing better or doing more. Not enough, but doing more. But yeah, in Europe and America and stuff, women's football is, well, in America, I think it's actually higher thought of than the men's soccer teams out there. I think it is going to be one that people are going to start having to take notice of sooner or later. Oh, I didn't even write down Europa games, but I know West Ham will be playing. Leicester will be playing. Rangers will be playing.
Yeah, they're all playing this week.
That's the 5 teams still in Europe, isn't it? British.
Yeah.
Man City, Liverpool, Leicester, Rangers, and West Ham.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
And I pray and I wish you all the best. You're representing our country out there, so let's show them why we're the best league in the world, shall we?
Indeed. Right, that's it, chat, for this week. Thank you for everyone that's come in, especially with your opinions today, Paul, SJ, Big Juice. Thank you for what you brought in today. We really appreciate and it's what about having debates. We don't have to agree on stuff. So thank you all for joining the show today and giving your input. We hope you have a great weekend, everyone. Enjoy whatever you're doing. Enjoy the football. Enjoy the fight, which I'm definitely going to be doing. I'm going down to London to watch the fight.
I think Nutty's going to be enjoying it more.
Yep, Nutty's got ringside seats, so he's going to be having a ball.
Knock his dad out for us.
Ball out there. So thank you very much. If you bear with me, I am going to raid from this channel. We have someone on the community who is pushing affiliate. So I am
very blessed people. Enjoy your weekends.
Go and show her some love. Go and show Letty some love. She's just started and she's pushing affiliate. So please just give her a bit of love and thank you all for coming. And let's go to Letty.